Welcome back to the ZeroW Podcast, where we talk about lifting, coaching, and more. You can learn more about Zero by going to www.zero.com.au. That's Zero with a W. We are also proudly sponsored by Establishment Coffee. Head to establishmentcoffee.com.au. Use the code 025 for 25% off and free shipping. If you're watching on YouTube, don't forget to like and subscribe. That's what all the cool kids say. And if you're on Spotify, hit that 5-star review. We love it. Enjoy the show now. Welcome back to the Zero Attention Everyone on Their Phones podcast. How are we all?
Fantastic. How are you?
Great, thank you.
Good, thanks.
Brilliant.
Absolutely brilliant.
Jump straight into it. What are we grateful for this week?
Oh, that's a hard one, but I came up with this. I had to think about it. I'm grateful for the weekend.
Powerlifting.
Yeah, we had a powerlifting
The
competition.
community we
Yeah,
have.
Yes, when the team comes together.
yes.
Is that your actual grateful?
Yeah, why not?
Okay, done.
Hold on 1 second.
Meg Kimura.
Mm-hmm.
What are you grateful for?
I'm grateful for all the love I got for my birthday. Lots of attention. It was really nice.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Meg Dog.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
All right, all four of us, accountability pact, actually the three of us, every year States ends up on Meg's birthday. So next year, if the date is the 29th of March, we're not doing it on that date.
Same with fucking Christmas card.
Yeah, it's Bridget's birthday.
Yeah.
What date is your
The
birthday?
first.
What day is the 1st of December this year?
Oh, I think it's like a Monday or something like that.
Yeah.
Because it was a Sunday last
It's
year.
a Monday.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay. Well, it looks like we're having a Monday comp. Perfect. Always wanted one of them anyway.
That would be kind of good.
No.
Why?
You kidding?
Well, it means I wouldn't have to work the weekend.
It's true.
Or a
And
Friday.
then people can get work off. It works
true.
better for everybody.
Yeah.
Actually, no, because then like all the spotters, let me put my
Yeah.
headphones on.
Yeah.
Yelling, aren't
I remember I used to always run comps on Sunday because I didn't want to close the gym on Saturday. But on Saturday, only 2 people came. I was like, nah, the gym's got to be open. And then one day I was like, why don't I just run comps on Saturday? Then I don't have to come in on Sunday. Now all our stupid comps 2 days long. It doesn't matter.
You know, it was actually nice though. The shorter
Day.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was nice.
Mm.
All right.
The Sunday you mean, that was really good.
Yeah.
Bridget, what you got? What are you grateful for?
Just being alive. Life in general.
Life in general.
Very grateful.
I like it.
Mm.
I'm grateful for salt.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, that's true.
Celtic sea salt.
Other countries outside of the UK really know how to season food. A week of no flavor really makes you grateful for what we've
Is
got
it
at home.
really that bad?
See,
Yeah.
I think British food is awesome.
Because what kind of stuff did you guys eat?
Just saltless stuff.
Are you
Yeah.
any salt in particular
No.
you're fond of?
Wait, pause. My actual grateful, regarding UK, public toilets in Australia, everywhere and free. When you guys go to Europe,
Yeah.
I mean, especially with you pissing every 20 seconds, like
Brother.
you have to plan your whole day around the locations that you know will have toilets.
Bro,
Yeah, wow.
have you been to the Netherlands?
No, but everywhere in Europe's the same. They make you pay and they're just nowhere.
Nah,
and they're
bro.
filthy.
But the Netherlands toilets are fucking weird. So there'll just be a random urinal in the middle of like the walkway. So I remember being like 15 years old pissing in this thing, and it's like kind of hidden. It's just in the middle, and it's got these 2 like little walls up there, and then you're just standing in there, and it's just like you're in the CBD.
What
So they've
the
got these,
hell?
yeah, bro, it's real random.
Like open air toilets.
Yeah, so imagine like fucking, you know, like how they have drinking fountains.
Yeah.
But they're urinals, and you got to like pay whatever it was. But they got walls and shit. But you can you're still just pissing around people, and it's kind of weird.
You can. Your head is outside of the cubicle.
Yes.
As
Oh,
if.
no.
Yeah.
I struggle to believe that.
Oh, I don't know about
Does
that.
it have a door that closes? Or
No,
is
no,
it
no, no. It's just open, so you walk in and then you just piss.
Gross.
That's like Chinese toilets. A lot of them are just like squatter toilets with similar to urinals with just like partitions but no door. So you go into the bathroom, it's just people taking the shit.
Oh, look.
Oh,
Here we go.
yeah.
There we go. Public urinals, Amsterdam.
Show us?
Let
So
me
these
see.
ones.
Oh, nah, not into it, eh? I couldn't do
It
that.
felt so weird when I was shitting in it.
Yeah, but yeah, honestly though, public toilets we take for granted over here.
Oh, I have seen them.
So yeah, you just fucking, everyone can just watch you.
Oh my goodness.
Nothing's worth, like, it's absolute extortion. We were in the middle of the country in a beautiful little country town. You're like, oh, here's a toilet. And then you go in and it's got a fucking card reader for 40 pence to go to the, like, what are you doing with that money? What are the taxes paying for? I pay taxes in the UK and it's fucked.
Well, the last time I was in the UK, they didn't have card readers, so you had to have coins in there.
Yeah, it's the first time I've ever seen it. But it's useless. You could have literally just jumped the little carousel thing. I just didn't want to be a thug. Just in case. You know they've got CCTV everywhere?
Man, they do love a bit of CCTV footage over there, eh?
Anyway, we're talking about salt, which was really, we were talking about the UK.
Yeah, any salt in
Oh
particular?
yeah, what did you eat?
We had
Chips, gravy, Yorkshire pudding.
a Sunday roast. We had steak a couple of times. What else did we eat? We had Indian. That was really yummy.
Yeah, Indian food's really popular in the UK,
Next
isn't it? They
level
love
Indian food.
they love like curry on chips and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, the curry sauce on chips is different though.
Is it?
Yeah.
I had a fish and chips in Wales, and it was like one of the best meals of my life.
See,
Yeah, because I was gonna say, don't they make good fish and chips over
So
there?
yum.
I don't get around it.
New Zealand's the goat when it comes to fish and chips.
And we didn't even have any.
Yeah, I know.
Even then, New Zealand fish, like, I just don't like soggy chips.
No.
I like crispy chips with chicken salt. And in my opinion, Australia does it best.
Yeah.
Kebab shops.
Kebab shops for sure.
They have to be crispy on the outside and then soft in the middle.
Yeah, so British chips are like really big and really soft.
Nah, not my cup of tea.
It's just whatever you're into, really. What?
Not my cuppa.
Not my cup of tea.
It's not my cup of tea.
Anyway, what are we? Well, quotes. Let's do quotes and then what we've been up to.
All right, I'll start.
All right, phones out.
Yes, you will rise from the ashes, but the burning comes first.
Nice.
Damn.
Phoenix. I like it. That's actually
Phoenix.
sick.
Okay, mine is, if we say and do what we actually believe, everyone will know what we actually believe. It's a handy little thing called integrity.
Nice.
Nice.
Very good.
Good one.
Incredible. Wow.
All right.
Tom, bro, what do you got?
Between what is said but not meant and meant but not said, most of love is lost.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a sad one.
It is a sad one.
That's similar to yours, though.
Yeah.
Nice.
Champions are not the one who always win races. Champions are the one who get out there and try harder the next time and even harder the next time. Champion is a state of mind. They're devoted. They compete to beat themselves as much, if not more, than they compete to beat others.
Nice.
Sorry, I didn't actually read that beforehand. It looked good, and
Sounds
then it kind of didn't make sense.
Yeah.
Is that a James Hendry?
I get in the real bad habit of like pointing out the illogic in a lot of the quotes, and I'm trying to get out of the habit of it, and like this is fueling my fire so hard.
Well, I didn't actually read it first. I was just fucking
It's not bad.
That'll do.
Yeah, like I'm just gonna say no one's calling second place a champion. I'm sorry. If you're a loser, you're not a champion. No matter how hard you're trying.
Runner up, bro.
Yeah. Which I feel like I'm in the position to say now that I'm the powerlifting greatest full-time coach.
That's bro. Apparently, this episode is fucking. Have we got ads on this episode? Because this one's gonna fucking blow up after last weekend. Can you talk about that now?
Yeah, if you want.
Go on,
What am I talking about?
bro. You're the limit breaker now.
I'm not the limit breaker. Colton broke the limits.
No, not
I just
without
said
you.
I just said twist your quads away, baby. Problem solved. Been saying it for years and no one listened until now.
Oh,
That was obviously my proudest coaching achievement to date, my biggest coaching achievement to date.
that's fucking unbelievable.
It's amazing.
And I mean all credit and power to Colton for getting there. I'll make several posts over the coming weeks just shining light on a few things, because I don't think people, like, everyone appreciates how incredible it is, but it's hard to appreciate how incredible it is.
Well,
Because unless you have the history of like how often the record's been broken, there hasn't been that many record holders of the total record over the last 40 years. I think there's been about 10. So only 10 people can say at one point in time they had the biggest powerlifting total of all time.
I got another cool fact for you, Tom, bro. Did you know there's only been 4 23-year-olds to total over 1,100, and 2 of them you coached?
Yeah, Dylan and Colton. Absolutely.
Wow.
Yeah. And Theo won't be too far away either.
That's wait, how old's Theo still?
22. 20,
That's fucked.
22. Yeah. Who are the other two? Eric Lilley and Jesus?
No. Jesus and Andrew House.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, there you go. I didn't realize Andrew House was that young.
Yeah.
Yeah, far out.
Yeah, bro. He looks like who was that powerlifter from Vegas?
Yeah, Brandon Allen?
Yeah, that's what he looks like.
I think Andrew House actually signed up to the app the other day.
Did he?
I think. He's Powerhouse, right?
Oh, no, you're thinking of Andrew Houghton. That's
Panda Gains.
How do you spell house?
Hause.
I'm sure.
How is the name of one of the lifters on Saturday? Dallas Hornbuckle.
Hornbuckle. I said it's the most like country and western
yeah.
sounding name I've ever heard.
Honestly.
Dallas Hornbuckle. Didn't he? Oh no, I think he missed that deadlift. He would have had the biggest deadlift of
He had a good
the
day.
session. Didn't he? I
Yeah.
think he missed his third deadlift.
Was he
I
in
can't remember.
Kiva's flight?
I think so.
Were they?
Yep.
Yeah?
Dallas Hornbuckle was under 100 though.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then Kiva was under 90.
90.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Kiva had a great day.
He always does.
Yep.
Yeah, what were we talking about? Oh, we're talking about Colton.
Yeah, so
and
like,
Andrew House.
oh, maybe it wasn't Andrew House. Someone with the email. No, I shouldn't say that publicly.
And his phone number and credit card.
And he
If
lives
this
at
is
this address.
It's got Powerhouse in the name.
No, that's a classic.
But it might be someone else with the name House. Anyway, yeah, like the first person ever to go 1,000 pounds squat and deadlift in the same meet, which is cool because I coached the first ever 1,000 pound and 900 pound deadlift in the same meet as well, which was
Al Regal.
Dylan before him. So that's crazy. Second biggest deadlift of all time in powerlifting, and narrowly missed out on that 500. There's a lot of crazy facts about it that I'll bring to light.
Bro, it's unfathomable that he could possibly one day go 500, 300, 500.
Yeah. Yeah. And so I stayed up till whatever it was, 2 a.m. watching it and chatting back and forth and helping with numbers and everything. But because of the connection and everything, and obviously he didn't have his phone, Layla would film and then they'd talk afterwards and he had to give his attempts. And the plan was always to go 272 on his third attempt, like our pre-plan running into the meet. And he sent me the video of the 260 and I was like, that's not great. Let's go 267. But he had already put that 272 in. So there was potentially some more kilos there.
Oh, did he go 2 from 3 on bench?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Missed 272. So if he had, the plan was to go 272, but the 260 just said that it wasn't there, but he still went for it. But then that altered the deadlift attempt. So to get the all-time total, he needed to pull the 455 or whatever it was. So he opened on 430, pulled the 455, and then 470 gave him the 1200. What he actually wanted to do was go 430, 460, 480. And so he said, this is what I want to do. And I'm like, I really think you should reconsider and just like, don't worry about the numbers. We all know you can pull that. Instead, focus on just absolutely nailing the total and then absolutely nailing the 1200. You can do a bigger total later on. You got plenty of time. Because the risk was if he went 460 and dropped it, then he's lost both the record and 1200. So because the bench didn't happen, we had to play conservative. But he's happy.
You know when you take a 4th attempt?
Doesn't count to the total.
Yeah, okay, cool. But does it go towards the deadlift record?
Yes.
Okay.
So if he had gotten the 500 deadlift, obviously it would count. And I think most people would respect that the total was like 1230. But on paper, by the rules, no.
Yeah, because technically he would have been able to do it a little bit easier.
Sure.
You know, I don't know how much easier because he just hoisted 400 kilos 3 times before that. But
yeah, absolutely incredible peaking. I made a comment on my post that then there's been tons of videos, YouTube videos that have popped up. Like, people have these news channels and stuff like that. And so lots of people have been posting these videos and they've obviously read my post where I said there was no peak. And I kind of want to clarify that because there was no peak. We didn't peak for that weekend. But to suggest that he was quote unquote off peak, it's not like we were doing sets of 8. he was getting ready for a peak in 4 weeks. And so what peaking is just practice. You are ready for the competition several weeks before the actual competition in terms of how strong you're going to be. And it was kind of a perfect storm because all of this came to light on his deload week. So he found out on, I think, the Tuesday that the visa was an issue and he's potentially not going to Ireland. And immediately he made the call of like, there's a meet this weekend at my gym. I'm going to do it. And then it was pretty easy. It's just kind of like, well, don't train the rest of the week. His week before had been heavy doubles, which he overshot anyway, and only got a single on bench and a single without straps on the deadlifts. He pulled 480 without straps and then a 480 double with. Did a double squat. So although he wasn't peaked, he was ready.
Mm-hmm.
People because people think the peak is like a magical process.
Yeah.
But the peak is across any sport that involves a peak. I know I say this all the time, but it's pretty much exactly the same across any sport. It's just practice of the skill now.
Yeah.
Like at higher intensities and higher volumes or whatever.
Exactly.
But the work has already been done.
Yeah.
Like the work's
Just
been done.
expressing the strength you've already
Exactly. Same thing for runners. You're just expressing the speed you've already built. Throwers, same thing.
And I haven't posted this publicly, and neither has Colton. Colton's mentioned it a couple of times on posts and stories leading into this, but he actually hasn't had much squat and deadlift exposure in the last 2 months because he's had an adductor issue. So not only was it unpeaked, he was also like pretty behind on his squat and deadlift training. So he's not anywhere near showcasing. How can
this get any more unbelievable? Eh? Do you know what I mean? Like it's still, I've watched that 500 kilo attempt about 50 times because whenever someone attempts 500, it will break the floor a little bit and, everyone's like, whoa, but bro got it fucking
to the hips almost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what as well. Let me just bring it up real quick. So people kind of think, well, how can this possibly go any further? We've added, so just for context, since he's come on board with Zero and with me, we've added 240 kilos to his total in 2 years.
Can you start saying I?
Buddy.
It's not fair. It wasn't just me. He did the work. I just put it on paper. He's added 240 kilos to his total in 2 years. Like that.
That's not bad.
It will slow down potentially, but it's not going to stop going up. We've got a lot of work to do, especially on his bench. So at Big Dogs here, he got the 260 and probably had about 265 potentially. That was about the most he hit in training, but it was really ugly, not paused, not comp standard at all. And so the changes we made to his bench while he was here in person are going to reflect strongly with some actual training under the belt. So we should add a significant portion to his bench between now and whenever the next big showing is.
Have you there's a post that Marcos, maybe Marcos, I can't remember. The Pro Raw page, I'm assuming Marcos runs it.
Yeah.
Do you see his post? And he was just highlighting Colton's amazing performance, and he put at the bottom, he's like, this is the most lifted by any human, and then in brackets, assuming Colton's human. And I'm like, that's fucking true though. Like you just want to put him in a lab and be like, do some studies on this guy.
Yeah, so I'll do my best to not stay silent because I think a lot of people want to hear the actual behind the scenes. So I'll do some solo podcasts talking about it a bit more.
Well, now that, with the newfound fucking fame, we're going to fly him on the podcast next week. So if you guys got some ads, this could be your time to fucking make your big break as well.
Well, you can listen to the podcast that we did with him a little while ago. A lot of the YouTube comments are things like broken lift, bro can't talk. It was his first go. Give him a break.
I love that.
He's here for the lifting, not for the chatting.
Oh man. All right. We had Queensland States on the weekend. Sorry, Tom, bro, you want to go on? Do you want to talk about anything else?
No, we'll after States, we'll talk a little bit about going to UK, but let's talk about States.
Oh, you want to talk about that first?
No, go States.
All right, Queensland States on the weekend. APL States. How many lifters did we have?
Drug tested sleeve states because they also did the wrapped and untested states at Valhalla. So between those two comps, there was like 200 lifters or so.
How good.
But yeah, we had like 120 something over the weekend, I think. including the Nauru crew that came and literally bought everything we own.
Yeah, bro. That's what I said
They
to you.
cleaned out the stock. Jordan's going to be upset. He wanted me to bring a bunch of deadlift socks, and they bought half of them.
That's
How
so
good, eh?
Yeah.
There's some more right there.
Yeah, it was a great comp. I'll just quickly. I had 7 lifters.
Yep.
It's the smallest lifters I've ever brought to a comp.
Really?
Yeah, I had 3 under 75s and 3 under 67 kilo males.
Yeah. The Filipino manlet contingent.
Yeah, and it's
Josh Honke's now an adopted Filipino.
he is. But they all did incredible. I'll just
Yeah.
I don't want to miss anything, but just some highlights. Denzel Basco, 50 kilo total PB.
Nice.
Skinny Al, aka Xiao Cheng Zhang. I can't remember exactly how many kilo PBs, but like squat was like a 20 kilo competition PB, bench like 10, deadlift can't remember. So he absolutely killed it too. Josh Honke, he's just a freak, going towards that 600 kilo he wants all the records, so he's actually going to be pretty, because that was a really
Pretty comfortable.
Yeah,
very comfortable. It was just he used it as a qualifier. So if he goes, he'll go close to 10 times body weight very soon, probably next year.
Did he go 8 for 9?
Yeah, he missed his last deadlift just on grip. So yeah, I can't remember, 240 deadlift. No, he missed 240 on grip. So 230, 135 bench, 205 or 210 squat. I can't remember. He killed it. Lem he had a really good comp. Pulled 3.6 times body weight. So he hit that 240 kilo deadlift, which is crazy. Because he weighed in at 66. Boris, another young kid I coach, is 14 years old. He put, I don't know, maybe 40 kilos on his total as well.
Wow.
Yeah, he pulled 160
That's why
before.
he just competed.
Yeah, well, just before the comp, he only pulled 145, and then his second attempt was 152.
Wow.
Yeah. Who am I missing? Zion went 9 for 9. He killed it as well. Huge total PB. I don't want to miss anyone. Did I name it
Just
3?
look at the photo.
Mark Carino.
Sean Cuno, Charles Cini. I'm just trying to think of all the Filipino lifters I know. CJ.
Joseph Lappy.
I want to find out if I've got the biggest Filipino client base in Australia in powerlifting. There'll be some gyms in Sydney.
There'll be some of the IPF gyms.
Yeah, in Blacktown.
Yeah. Northern suburbs of Melbourne.
I think that's everyone. Plus
Mark
Zion.
Carino killed it. He's going to go 600 as well pretty soon. Yeah, he pulled 242. He's such a great lifter. And when we first started working together, his total was like 520 or something. Maybe a little bit less. But yeah, he's 575. Pretty comfy too. Yeah. So really stoked with the result of all my boys in the weekend. It was cool.
Your team killed it. You did a great job with them all.
So much fun.
Very good. Do you have anyone, Bridget?
No, they all did Christmas Cup. And then hoping to do Nationals.
Yep,
So I got to just help out all day, which was really nice.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, lots of reffing,
Yep.
weigh-ins. It was a good day.
I had Asher Jones competed.
Yeah,
He was so
After
fun to
Asher.
watch.
Yeah, he's a great competitor, great dude. I'm stoked that he moved up here and is hanging out with us a bit more. He's just
He's
good
so
to have
lovely.
around.
And his partner, Chelsea, she's so sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he had like Connor Kiernan and a bunch of their mates from down south fly up and support him, which is cool. They've obviously got a really tight group that they're willing to do that, fly up for the weekend just to support at a qualifier comp. Like he wasn't even going that hard. And he's doing the same for them, I think, this weekend, going down to the Apex comp to support all those guys. They were great.
Yeah,
Great
it's
to
cool.
hang out with.
Great bloke.
Yeah. The comp overall was really fun. Who was your highlight lifter of the weekend? Who'd you love watching?
Oh, I told you. I can't remember from Sunday. Asher was my highlight from Saturday
Same.
for sure. Who was it on Sunday?
You liked Arjun.
I liked Arjun and I liked
Arjun's strong.
He did well.
Yeah.
Like
17.
because he did whatever comp it was previously,
Yeah.
either the novice or Christmas comp, and he kind of messed everything up. so then he came to this one and he actually did really well.
I liked Stefano as well, that guy who did his first comp. And then it's always nice watching, what's her name? It's left me. Ali. the under 48.
Oh, the blonde one, little blonde one. Yeah, she's lovely.
Yeah.
She did well after she had a little bit of a bad day. I don't think she was very happy with her squats, and then I think one of the spotters and loaders, Andrew Olm, probably misloaded her bar real bad.
That was me.
So pretty sure it was one of the Brisbane spotters and loaders. It happens. It happens.
Yeah, no, she was so lovely though, and I saw her post, and she said, "Got my bar misloaded," and it was so sweet. She said after it, what'd she say?
I'm not sure.
Oh, she said something after, and it was like, "But a huge thank you to all the volunteers as always." I was like, "Oh, that's sick," because it would be so easy to get upset. Like I fucked it completely.
Yeah.
I just can't see how someone can get upset about that. Like these people,
Lots of people do though.
but these people are giving their time. It's not
That's it.
intentional.
And they're only human.
She was so good. She was like, "Oh, no, it's all good." Like you could, I could tell she was visibly frustrated, but she didn't want. Like she made it known that like it was a mistake. It was really cool, and her partner was the same. They're like, "Don't worry about it." Like,
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, it's interesting. Sometimes people get really upset and really salty about it because they need something to blame a bad performance. And not talking about Ali, just talking in general. Do you guys remember at 2022 Worlds that we hosted? There was a girl from America that missed her. She was going for a record and she missed her, I think, opener and second or second and third. I was head reffing, and one of the calls I made was like failure to control the bar. After the rack call, she was going to lose it, and I gave her a red for that, and then I gave her a red, I think, from the front for depth. She got reds, and I can't remember exactly what, but she was really upset about it all, and she came and like tried to complain, and we explained the rules to her, and she was all right, but she was clearly frustrated. Anyway, when Daniel and I went over for American Pro, she was competing there, and so was like Avery, remember the short guy with the long hair? Like there was a few people that did our Worlds that were competing there. And they're all just like, "Oh, it was so great, and it was so cool to do your comp." They were just stoked about it.
That's
That's
so
cool.
nice. Yeah, they had a blast at that comp.
Yeah,
They were all talking about how it was one of the best run comps they'd ever been to.
well, it's pretty
Which is
cool.
really
Like
cool.
after we ran that, Steve, the president of IPL, he took a lot of inspiration back and kind of changed the structure of their comps to doing like the morning afternoon sessions and stuff like that.
Because how did they normally structure it?
They just do big days, like four or five flights in a row, like,
Damn.
which is technically the same amount of time, but it's so much. Like
There'd be a lot of sitting around.
If you're a coach with a lifter, you have one flight and then you just hang out for like 3 hours.
yeah, it's the worst.
It sucks.
I went and did that in North Brisbane for a comp for Christine.
Yeah.
And that's the first time I've only ever had one lifter at a comp. And it wasn't a comp that I could work at. So, here, it's like when our comps, it's like, sweet, well, I'm not coaching. I'll go spot and load.
Yeah.
I'll go jump on a mic or I'll go help somewhere. It's like, fuck, I can't even do any of this.
Yeah. It's like, since we've switched to having so many more sleeve lifters, you get a bunch of sleeve squatters, you're like, what do I do?
Yeah.
Standing around watching them squat.
It's
like,
great.
I'll pat your back.
Uh,
Anyway. Any other notes on states? Any other words?
nah. Nationals, 4 week, 20 weeks and 5 days out.
And just thank you to everyone for all your help over the weekend. We can't do it without you.
Very grateful.
Yeah, it's cool to see a lot of people stepping up and wanting to help out, and more spotters and loaders and referees especially.
And
a lot of people
lots
are
of
getting
refs.
people keen to ref, which is nice.
Yeah. Like, I don't know, you guys see me back spotting?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Worst job in the house. I hate back spotting.
It's kind of scary, bro.
Yeah.
So I always side spot at comps, and but I've never back spotted. And I'm like, man, this is kind of scary.
My opinion is kind
Especially
of
when
like
they're all taller than me.
with good side spotters, back spotters are kind of redundant.
Yeah.
If anything, it's just a liability. But at the same time, it's an extra like contingency for things going wrong. So it's a hard one.
People do fall backwards and stuff sometimes.
For sure. For sure. Well, we went over to the UK. The primary reason was to go help out at the second Dragon Cup at Zero Wales. So that was cool. And we got a little bit of time we went a little bit early so we could, Meg's never been to the UK, so she got to see London and
Oh, was that your first time? Oh.
Yeah.
a little bit of the British countryside, which was nice. Had a few days just exploring around in between working. What did you think of Zero Wales?
Well, walking into the gym, it was different to all of the others, which was really cool, like a really awesome layout. But the minute we did the comp on was it Sunday?
Yep.
It was like doing it at home.
Yeah.
It was
Oh, yeah.
identical.
Yeah.
So it was quite wild because it's obviously on the other side of the world. So like homely, but also very different at the same time.
It's kind of weird. Like it's like you guys going to Christchurch. You expect it to be really different, then you're like, oh, it's all the same stuff, and
Yeah.
everyone's kind of the same, and everyone
Yeah.
talks really nice. It's like it's really homely, but at the same time, it's like, oh, it's just the same.
Yeah.
We've got McDonald's at home.
Christchurch is such a cool gym.
Yeah, that's my favorite gym though.
Same.
Christchurch
I can't
one.
wait to see it.
Yeah,
It's amazing.
I haven't seen it either. Like I obviously
Oh,
I went to build it, but when
Yeah.
I left, it was in shambles.
yeah.
Really?
Like we hadn't finished laying the floor. All the equipment was built, but it wasn't laid out. The floor was super dirty. There was rubbish and boxes everywhere.
I can't wait for you to see the pins on the machines.
Yeah, yeah. Well, we've done that at one of the other gyms, I think, as
What's
well.
different about the
which I've seen.
pins?
So they've added, the like on the outside of machines, the plate loaded ones, you've got the pins for the plates, for
Yeah.
storage.
Yeah.
They've put those through the weight stacks on the machine, so it's an automatic gym pin.
I need to see it in person.
It's fucking incredible. Like for someone like me who maxes out all the machines, it's
Need it.
it's really beneficial.
Really handy.
Oh, like as in you can add extra plates to make it heavier?
Yeah.
Ah.
And you know why? It's because Jamie's freakishly strong.
Yeah?
He's just stronger than everyone.
Bro, he looks it.
Well, he like
That's a big boy.
when he came here, he was doing like 280 squats for sets of 10 in sleeves or bare
Jesus.
knees.
That's fucked up.
Like he's actually freakishly strong. He just doesn't post anything.
Bro, he's very large, bro. Like his shoulders are he's a big boy.
Big boy. Very big boy. So yeah, the comp over in Wales was great. I mean, the Zero Wales, the whole crew is fantastic, and it feels like home. And yeah, it's always cool going over there and seeing what they're doing, which is nice. Sweet. All right. Well, you put out a Q&A. What did people come up with? Anything good?
Let's have a look, eh?
I know Sue Harris had suggested the stuff about comp. I reckon that's like a topic in itself. So if we
I agree.
don't get through, if we don't get to it today, we'll definitely do it
All right.
another week.
I'm gonna all of them. Some of them are good, some of them are fucking shit. Some of them are funny. All
Are
right.
you going to tell us who asked it?
Yep. Jacob Funstein. Butt plugs for deep squats. Do they work? In my experience, I haven't worn one in years, but yeah, they work. Pretty
oh my
good
God.
for low bar.
I never even got the joke, like the squat plug thing. I don't actually
Neither.
understand where it came from and why.
It's not actually a thing, is it?
No.
Okay.
Oh, it's personal
Well,
preference.
I
One.
don't know.
It's like an SPD belt. You can wear one if you want. Wear a butt plug if you want.
James.
That's from Jacob Funstein. Another one, actually. Tombro. How did Tombro find and settle on a logo / style for the Zero brand?
Who asked that?
Jacob Funstein.
Oh, that's a good one.
He asked the question before that too.
So before Nick worked for us, he was just my friend. And I just reached out to him and I'm like, bro, I'm thinking of change. I need a logo for a brand that's going to represent my online coaching, because I didn't just change PTC Gold Coast to Zero. First, I created Zero as like my online coaching brand, and then eventually I changed the gym to Zero as well. So I literally just reached out to Nick and asked for a concept, and I pretty much loved the first concept that he sent. Then he cleaned it up, and that became our logo. Like I didn't give him any creative direction. I just sort of said, this is the name of it. I can go back and find the emails. I'll try.
Fucking A.
But I'll try and do that while you ask the next question.
Daniel Reeves.
Oh, you know what? I won't have it because it'll be on my old PCC email.
All right. This question is from Daniel Reeves. Hopefully I'm saying that correctly. When is Thomas going to add a pat tax upon entry for Poods and Buddy and Jerry if he comes to Zero?
Well, Jerry's not coming to Zero, so don't worry about that.
Well, let me just salute Reevesy. He pays the pat tax every single time.
Good.
Every time. And even if he can't see them here, he asks if they're here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
Love
I
you, Reevesy.
have a real appreciation for people who take the time to not just pay the pat tax, but like lie down next to them or get on the floor with the dogs. It's very good.
Liam LeBurs, when are you competing in amateur BJJ? Well, brother, I can't compete professionally, so that's whenever I compete next. It's all amateur.
I didn't know.
Will Colton deadlift 500 kilos this year? This is from Abraham Diemer. This year, you're going to see it. Will it happen this year, Tom, bro?
I have no doubt that it's possible.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No, I mean, like, is he competing?
Pending him going to Ireland, I don't think it'll happen in Ireland for two reasons. Because one, we're not peaking between now and then, and two, because they're using a Cerberus bar, and I don't think the Cerberus bar is that great.
I don't know. Cerberus did deadlift bars.
Yeah, they do bars.
Oh, I don't know that.
Yeah. Here's the original concept for the Ground Zero logo.
Well, you picked the right one.
Yeah. Buddy, come here.
Would love to. This is from Laura Lifts. Would love to hear from a powerlifter as a Gep one episode. We've actually did an episode with Lee Skinner.
We had Lee Skinner on. Yeah.
But if you can get another powerlifter on the podcast, hit us up.
Yeah, I'm good friends with Ben, but he's in Perth. Ben, if you listen to this and you're ever in Queensland, hit us up and jump on the podcast. The only thing is we do the podcast upstairs and he's in a wheelchair.
True.
But, I mean, the guy has... I'm sure he can get upstairs. He can get upstairs on his hands.
Does programming change for... Tom, bro, you're good for this one. Does programming change for elite to novice lifters? Besides total volume, like reps, sets, etc.
Yes and no. Yes and no. Less experienced lifters
Watch out for the cable, buddy.
can simply do more by virtue of the fact that they can't express their strength very well, so they don't generate much fatigue. But that doesn't necessarily you give them a heap more. What I would say definitely is that programming for elite level lifters has to be a hell of a lot more precise. So like the outcome of an entire block can be determined by if the person follows or doesn't follow the week one very well, whereas the intermediate or novice level lifter, they can pretty much stuff everything up and be fine. So the actual programming framework and how strength development works doesn't change that much, but there definitely are differences.
I'm gonna think too. Like when I think I coach maybe one person you'd classify as elite. He's the strongest in Fiji, Gardner.
Yeah.
The only changes I'd make are pretty much what he said is sets and reps, like the volume and intensity.
Yeah.
Like it's not. It is realistic, but it's not. Someone that strong, you can't get them, when they're coming off the back of a comp to do 3 sets of 8 at 240 kilos kind of thing. Just kind of got to drop the intensities and volume down a little bit. But
Is he coming over for nationals?
I don't know. No, he's not actually. They're trying to grow powerlifting in Fiji. I don't know if you've seen all the pages, and
Cool.
it's pretty cool. There's heaps of lifters in Fiji that are getting really strong.
That's cool.
When's Big CJ returning to the podcast? It's from Mikey V in New Zealand.
Whenever he
He's
wants.
right here.
Yeah. He's always here. You just got to tell us who you want to kick off the podcast. Don't say me. This is from Zion Hawes. Any goals you guys would like to kick off before the end of the year? Tick off before the end of the year?
Like training goals?
Anything.
Oh, haven't even thought about that.
Yeah, same.
I have one that I can't say because it's my Daruma wish.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Your what?
Daruma wish.
What's that mean?
Daruma's like, what is it? Is it like a little devil?
I don't think it's a devil. It's just this. It's a
figure.
like a paper mache face. You see them all over Japan. If you guys ever go, they sell them like as little as this to like as big as this, and they come without eyes.
These guys?
And
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
you are meant to fill in one eye and make a wish, and once the wish comes true, you draw in the other eye with a texture or something.
But you're not allowed to tell anyone your wish. Is that it?
Well, I think you can. I think Thomas made this rule for himself.
In what world of culture, in what
You don't tell your
creed
wishes. Yeah, you're right. You're
if you
right.
tell a wish, it doesn't come true.
Okay. Yep.
It's true.
Sick of my wishes not coming true.
Will you tell us at the end of the year?
I'll tell you if I colour in the other eye.
Okay.
Goals for the year. Mine is just to refine our systems and make the Zero business, like the behind the scenes business aspects of Zero, a lot more professional. That's what I'm working on this year.
Nice.
What about you?
I'm not really a big goal guy, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
I like.
Well, Thomas, you aren't really either.
No, I hate goals.
Mm.
I'm more saying this is what I'm working on. Like,
Yeah.
it's not a goal. It's being done as we speak.
What am I working on? Yeah, nothing really.
I'd like to compete again eventually, so I guess I'll
Yeah,
just...
it's been so long,
Yeah,
Bridget.
it's been a couple of years. So
Strength-
that's probably one I
strength
should work
quest.
towards. maybe Christmas Cup.
Yeah, do it. That'll be sick.
Nice.
Lemuel Shanty, how to grow facial hair. Tombro's Lebanese, so that's the hack. You have to be Lebanese.
Nah, look at me. I can't grow a handlebar moustache.
Nah, but that's still, you got a solid beard.
Nah, I got a neck beard.
Yeah, nah, it's good.
You got a solid beard.
Yeah, so the reason why I'm lucky I didn't get the full Filipino gene.
You got the Scottish.
Yeah.
It's a bit orange.
Yeah, the half
right
Scottish
lips.
come out. Otherwise, you got CJ's got that's where Filipinos grow. Your one's actually quite thick, a little bit too thick
The
for a
goatee.
Filipino.
Yeah.
Needs to be a little bit more, whispery. How do you figure out the priority for accessories to improve main lifts? SBD.
Actually, so just a few shout outs because we keep forgetting
Oh,
to
we
shout
do
out
keep
Corey.
forgetting. Yeah, Corey and Julie.
Yeah. So Corey met me at the Arnold in Columbus last year. I said it on the podcast. It was cool to meet someone who listens to the podcast, and he bumped into us again this year. And
Wow.
Julie listens to Meg's podcast Babble, and Corey listens to our podcast. So shout out to them. But shout out to Lem because I used his Zero Pro 2 playlist in Wales and then on the comp on the weekend.
It was great, wasn't it?
It's a good playlist.
Yeah.
We just need to get rid of like a few of the Eye of the Tigers, and there's some like pretty.
There's some explicit songs in there.
No, that's
Oh
okay.
yeah.
That's okay. You
There's
ca-
some like
you
there's
can't
like a
censor
really sort of
everything.
what is it, like robotic sounding?
Yeah, I was going to say there's
Yeah.
some brain drilling techno sort of.
What?
Yeah.
Those ones are the
electronic.
best ones.
No, some of them are good. Some are.
I still remember when Meg first started training at the gym and her headphones would be up so loud. I'm like, what the fuck are you listening to?
Yeah. Yeah, very eclectic.
Geordie's the same. You can hear Geordie's music through his headphones. That's insane.
He does it to stop him hearing himself breathing. Though.
He's a loud breather.
Very loud breather.
Yeah, he is really loud breather. I have to wear headphones when he's sitting in here. Yeah. What was the question? It was a good question, whatever it was.
Accessory.
Oh yeah,
Oh.
the accessory order.
How to
benefit
figure out
the
the
main
priority for accessories to improve main lifts.
What would you say?
picking accessory variations that mimic the movement that you're.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like each lift is made up of certain qualities, and you need to try fix or build upon those qualities. So we'll just use the deadlift as an example. If someone's got really shitty hips in a sumo, we need to practice holding those hips open through certain exercises like a sumo tempo deadlift. Even something like a leg press where they can a tempo leg press where they can emphasize holding that tension through full range. Upper back tightness might be shitty on a deadlift, so like a tempo RDL is perfect. Even just cueing people differently when they're doing their rows is really good. So same thing with the bench press. It's made up of qualities, and how do you want to get those qualities better for the deadlift? If you stuck up fucking deadlift for the bench press, if you're shitty at holding your shoulders in certain positions, practice, I don't know, whatever exercise you'd give, or what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. Tempo bench press, or like you're
Yeah.
saying, rows done very specifically. I think the important thing is that like too often in the lifting world, we say quality, an exercise trains qualities that it doesn't, or we make broad sweeping statements without being specific about what that means. So people will say, your upper back's a weakness in deadlift. And then you go, okay, my upper back's a weakness. What's an upper back exercise? Okay, rows are an exercise. But then they just butcher their rows or do the same thing there. Or RDLs will help fix this sticking point, but then they just do their RDLs like trash anyway.
Yeah.
So like when it comes to accessory selection, exactly like James says, it's like mimicking where the issues are, but actually fixing the issues is the most important. So the execution is the really important thing.
Even if it's like, let's say you still really suck at executing the accessory work that's meant to help the lift, like or at least it creates a little bit of awareness.
Sure.
It's like, fuck, I can feel my upper back shit. Now I'm aware of it, and you're gonna think about it more. It's gonna be shitty for longer if your execution sucks, but it's created a little bit more awareness.
For sure. And it's really important to remember as well that you can do all the accessories that are perfect execution, perfect justification in the world, but nothing is going to fix your squat except the squat. Like, unless you're thinking about making those changes in the squat itself or in the bench itself, in the deadlift itself, you're not going to see the changes magically carry over. You have to make that happen. The other thing I'll add here is that you've kind of got two branches of accessory work, or two justification branches, one being skill. So what James is saying, mimicking the issues that you have and fixing them. The other is hypertrophy. Like, strength and hypertrophy are basically the same thing. Strength is just skill, is the skill of the muscle that you've built essentially being expressed in these movements with heavy weight for low reps. So, like, you have to get bigger over time. You have to build muscle over time if you want to get stronger. So your accessories should have a component of high intensity, focus on building individual muscle groups.
Josh Dawson, what would you tell 16-year-old Henny? What would I tell 16-year-old Henny?
Is that it? Like, about nothing specifically, just in general, What are you going to say?
Life advice.
Fuck, I'm still trying to figure it out. I don't know. What would you give your 16-year-old self advice about?
What was I doing? 16, just getting into training.
I wouldn't have listened.
Yeah, 16-year-old me wouldn't listen.
No,
16-year-old me was an asshole.
I was angsty.
Yeah.
I probably would have said, like, you're not going to be this shy forever.
That's not advice, though.
Oh, okay. Keep going. You're going to feel better soon. You're not going to be so angry all the time. Just keep going.
What would you tell 16-year-old Bridget?
Don't move out of home so young. Spend more time with your mum and dad.
That's a good one.
Did you move out?
I moved out when I was 17.
Whoa.
Yeah.
When did you move out?
25?
When did you move out?
26, 25, yeah.
The first time I moved out, I was 18.
Wow.
And I moved away. Like, I didn't just move into my own place. I moved from Bundaberg to Brisbane.
Yeah.
And was homesick. I'm still homesick, like 20 years later.
Was that in Christchurch when you moved out? I don't know. I feel like in New Zealand there's a much bigger culture of leave home straight after school and flat with like 20 people.
My dad was fucking filthy when I moved back home. Like, mate, what the fuck are you doing back? It's just the way my dad, but my mum, loves me being home or whatever.
Yeah.
My brother didn't move out till, I wish I did what my brother did. He stayed at home until he bought a house.
Yeah, that's what I did.
I moved out when I was 21. I got married.
Did you, you were here already, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah. I moved to Australia when I was 20 though.
Okay.
Wow.
Advice to give 16-year-old me, probably be along the lines of like learning to talk to people like a human being, learning to build real friendships and relationships.
That's good.
Yeah.
But 16-year-old me would have been like, I'm fine.
I've got a good one. I wish I knew so I had aspirations to play rugby league or rugby union, whatever. I wish I knew how to actually, I was very easily I wish I knew more about the psychological side of sport and things like that.
As in you were easily spooked? Or
Not spooked. I'd just get in my head a little bit. Like, 1 week I'd look like the best player in the world, and then the next week I'd fucking, something wrong. I used to gag every time I put my mouth in, like go to vomit before every game.
because you were nervous?
Yeah.
Wow.
Go put my mouth.
Oh my goodness.
I didn't realize you were such a gagger till the other day.
Oh yeah.
We were talking about the bins, and James was like, he was trying to say it, and he couldn't get the words out. 'Cause he was
What?
Yeah, I do.
gagging.
What was wrong
I
with
do it
the
all the
bins?
time.
No, but don't talk about it on the podcast. It's a gag.
I can feel it already. Yuck.
Oh, sorry, bro.
Fuck.
I shouldn't have brought it up. I knew what would happen. All right.
You guys aren't in a hurry?
Subject change.
What's the time? I probably need to leave in like less than 10 minutes.
Oh, cool. That's all good.
Yeah.
Most memorable moment in your life?
Becoming greatest powerlifting coach of all time.
You've nailed it.
It can't possibly be a single one. That's just not
Yeah.
how life works. It's just many strung together.
The really hard thing with that is that a lot of the most memorable moments are also really bad moments.
Yeah.
It's the
Like
good and bad.
Losing a loved one or whatever it may be, someone dying, pet dying, they stick in your brain forever, right? So let's maybe say the most positive, memorable moment.
What about like the most positive in the last year or something? Or, you know?
Well, I had one for when I made the New Zealand touch team. That was memorable. Like putting the silver fern on for the first time, like doing the haka, like
Silver
against
fern.
like Singapore and like Australia. That was pretty cool.
What's silver fern?
Like that's the emblem.
Oh,
fern,
okay.
Yeah. But in the last year, I don't know, most memorable moments. Every holiday me and Bridget have been on, they're very memorable. Lots of beers, lots of cigarettes, lots of fun.
Yeah. You always point to our America trip.
Yes. Oh, well, my birthday last year was like super awesome in New York. That was really fun.
That was fun. Yeah. I really liked our trip to Turkey.
Yeah.
Turkey.
The hot air balloons stands out to me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about in the past year. All I can think about is the first time I met my nephew. That was a surprise. My parents were staying here and I went to see them at the hotel and my sister was hiding in the kitchen with her newborn.
Wow, that would have made me cry instantly.
I bawled. It's all on video and everything. It was amazing. Yeah. I've never felt so overwhelmed with emotion in my life.
You can't really fake that because it has to catch you by surprise, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, you just brought up one. Seeing how affectionate and like soft my dad is with my niece. Because fuck, I've never seen him like that my entire life.
Yeah.
Holy.
I feel like being a grandparent brings out a different quality to parents, right?
Yeah.
Reem, not a question. Give Pan's Labyrinth a watch.
Oh,
I've
that's
seen it.
freaky.
Yeah, apparently it's
With
brilliant. I haven't seen
the
it.
mouth thing.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I hate that.
Cool. I do like it though.
Josh Honky actually, maybe I shouldn't have said. Nah, yeah, I will say it. Josh Honky just messaged me right now and said,
Wait, what did we watch?
We've watched a lot of things recently, sweetie. Oh, I got a question too, but where's it gone? I'm going to find it.
what are your takes on Colton's Instagram story about dots? I get what Colton was saying.
I tend to agree because it's just like it's an arbitrary made up formula that people just worship as God's truth. Like most people couldn't explain to you what dots is, but they put so much value on what it means.
Yeah.
Where I think it's really stupid is that males are compared against females.
Yeah.
The dots, like at the top level, when like a female's got like 400 something, or a man has 500.
Well, if you go on open powerlifting right now, the top dots, like Colton's number 10, I think. Yeah, Colton's number 11.
Wow.
The top, because Colton's total also hasn't been updated. So Colton's will go up to maybe 9 or 10, but the top 9 are women, and obviously no hate on women, but like I guess to suggest that someone totaling 1,200 kilos is less strong than someone totaling 725 kilos, regardless of gender. It's like why? Oh, sorry, dots does have a gender component. That's the issue. Like, why does dots have a gender component? We're never, ever, ever comparing males to females. So shouldn't it just be a standalone thing?
Yeah.
Like, you don't compare a male and a female total in a competition or when you're looking at records or anything like that. But they have a female-specific dots, which inflates the dot score for females.
I get you.
And like, think of the only time this matters. The only time this fucking matters is when we're looking on open powerlifting, which people have just, again, they're using this formula and using it as a ranking and adding some meaning to it. It's literally a made-up formula.
Yeah.
So while I see some value in dots, like obviously we run the Zero Pro based on dots, I think I'm going to change that in the future because the more I think about it, the more I'm like, the fuck does dots mean?
Yeah.
I do like the intra comparison. Like you look at a Josh Takua natty and sleeves versus someone else that's not natty and in wraps, and it really tells you, okay, well, Josh is actually fucking strong. You know, I like that. I like that aspect of dots, but it fails in a lot of ways.
The only time I don't like it is when people try to belittle someone else because of the whole dots thing.
Yeah, well,
like
that's the great debate. John Hack versus Colton, who's stronger, and everyone's all like, Hack's way stronger because of his dots. And Hack is arguably one of the strongest people of all time. Colton totaled more. And now he has a higher dot. So now it's like, a battle of the dots, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Just accept and respect that both of them are fucking free.
100%. Yeah. Don't get offended by someone else's opinion on dots on the internet. If you
Just
you know what I
try
mean?
not to get offended on the internet in general.
That's all it comes down to, I guess. I don't really have an opinion on the dots thing. All right, couple more. Meg, did you find the one that you had?
Yeah, it's just it's from Bodie. I think he used to train here. Is Thomas considered the GOAT coach considering Colton's performance and everything else?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
but by us, maybe. I don't think the world does.
I don't know. Ed Cohen
They'll
messaged
see
the other
soon
day.
enough.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know who I'd. Like,
Nah, it actually has to be you.
Mm.
Like, don't.
But no. I'm not doubting that I'm decent at coaching, but like, what do people measure the greatest of all time coach on?
Accolades.
Like, how do you measure it? And who's the greatest of all time NBA coach to you guys?
I'm gonna say Phil Jackson, Greg Popovich.
And
Accolades. Yeah.
because of like what
Rings,
what quality?
championships.
Just consistent wins.
That's what I mean. Like, who would you say in rugby league?
Wayne Bennett.
Yeah, it has to be Wayne Bennett. And it's purely because of accolades. It's like, and people say Wayne Bennett actually isn't that like smart, isn't that his knowledge of the game isn't, hasn't evolved as much as all these other coaches. But the way he brings players together and the way he is with his players, he's like a 77, 78-year-old man, and he still sits down the back of the bus with all the Islanders. And, he's just a cool guy that they love to be around. So they like work for him. So I don't know. Like, I think I don't know. There's plenty of, it's hard.
So it really depends on what you measure it by, hey? Because like if you measure it by who's coached the absolute best, it's different to
Who's got the most records?
who's got the most records. It's different to who's coached the most volume of lifters. Then you've got the whole like absolute strength versus specific, and say like IPF versus untested. There's a lot of things. I'm happy for people to say I'm a decent coach.
You're our GOAT.
Yeah. How much time you got, Meg?
I gotta go.
Gotta go.
Yeah.
What about you, Gidge Dog?
I have plenty of time.
Plenty of time. Here's a good one. What is a conspiracy theory that you believe is true?
Thomas, everyone.
What? I don't believe every conspiracy theory.
It's because you don't think they're conspiracy theories.
The one that I
None
want
of the
to
ones
know.
I believe are conspiracies.
Well, the one I want to know if it's a conspiracy or not is the big one. 9/11.
9/11.
Was it an inside job? Everybody wants to know.
Okay, well, I believe that. So
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to know like about how much they control our weather and stuff.
Oh yeah, my dad wants to know about that. He believes in that. Yeah, cloud seeding and.
I
stuff
see
like
that one is a true conspiracy in the sense of like some idiots gotten hold of like some real information like cloud seeding and then made a conspiracy theory out
Yeah.
of it. Whereas there's too much evidence that points at 9/11 being an inside job.
This isn't one I believe in, but if you guys want to go down a rabbit hole, go down you guys know who Alex Jones is?
Yeah, the crazy guy, the bald guy that yells a lot.
Yeah, political commentator, I guess you can call him, but he talks about how Sandy Hook was an inside job, was a conspiracy theory, and it didn't actually happen. The Sandy Hook massacre.
Sandy
What?
Hook is
Shooting?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, he said that's he said that's was all fake.
Which one was Sandy Hook?
The elementary school.
Yeah, the first like real. I
first
think it was one of the
massive one.
first big ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's quite horrific.
Crazy.
And the point of it being to like make it a thing that people actually then went and did.
No, I think he's trying to say it didn't happen.
Was Sandy Hook before Columbine?
No.
I think they were around.
I think
maybe the
Columbine was
same time.
first, right?
Yeah, Columbine was
Yeah.
94.
Was it that long ago?
Why do we all
No,
know
it
so
was
much about massacres?
94, wasn't that
School shootings.
Martin Bryant, the
Martin Bryant.
Australian one?
Oh, that was
Right.
just F.
The Port Arthur massacre.
Oh,
a lot of people think
was in
that
the
is
70s, wasn't it?
No, that was in the 90s. That was
Really?
how Australia brought in gun control, and that's why people think that one is a conspiracy.
I thought that was in like 1970s.
No, it was like
So
94.
Sandy Hook happened in 2012 and Columbine was 1999.
Oh.
What's the Australian one called?
Port Arthur massacre. Martin Bryant was the man who was arrested, and he's got like
That's
a mental...
1996.
1996.
So that was before those ones.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What were you saying? He's got a mantle.
He's got he's got mental problems, and people were saying he was too slow to be able to, and childlike to be able to fire a gun with such precision and stuff like that. That's why they think it was the military that did it, and he was just thrown under the bus. And
Do you remember the one? It happened on like maybe an Italian island or...
Oh, no, we were just watching something on it. Are you talking about the one in Norway where all the kids were shot?
Yeah, that was...
77 people died.
Oh,
That's the world's biggest...
insane.
We were literally watching a doco on it last night.
I gotta go. Yeah. All right. Goodbye, friends.
Bye.
You know, is that us or should we?
Is there a couple more?
Yeah, let's do. Wait, did you turn that off? Oh. Yeah, we got heaps more, bro. We should start doing it. I'm gonna start doing these every single week. But I'm gonna do them with more notice, so we actually get heaps of questions. Favorite. Oh, this is a classic one. Death row meal. We've probably answered that.
We did that 1,000 times. Yeah.
I feel like we've already
Here's a
done
good one.
that, yeah.
How do you handle client expectations versus sometimes a slower reality?
Well,
What do you do?
I talk to them about it early, so they're not right at the end of their prep and expecting to hit some ridiculous number that's unachievable. And I make sure to reiterate that frequently.
Yeah. That's all you can do.
Yeah.
Nip it on the bud early.
And I'm sure that, you know, over a period of time, like when they're prepping, they can obviously start to realize, you know, okay.
But if they're really serious about their goals, it's like, you know, if they continue to do things right, you know, and as to the best of their ability, like if they're covering all, you know, the boring stuff like nutrition, sleep, training, whatever, like they will eventually become reality or closer to reality. So in due time.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a challenging one because you want to be like, yeah, absolutely, we're going to get you there. I'm on board with the plan because you are. You do want to get them there. You are on board with the plan, but it's also your job to be realistic about whether or not this can happen in the time frame that they want to do it in. And so you have to preset expectations around reality
without deterring them.
Without making them feel like you're not on their side or you're not supportive of their goals. And that can be the challenging part. But if you sugarcoat it or beat around the bush, it'll just bite you.
Yeah.
Everyone will lose in that circumstance.
Last question. How to Train Your Dragon or Shrek?
Shrek. That's one of my comfort movies.
Shrek.
I've never seen How to Train Your Dragon.
Me either.
Can't be that good.
Do you know how I was going to answer this?
Good.
This is How to Train Your Dragon. I was thinking, well, I'd start them off in a development phase.
Well, that's what I thought when you first said.
I was like, is this person making fun of how our clients look? Like calling them dragons or Shrek?
This is Big Liam LeBeur's.
Because there are legitimately several powerlifters that kind of look like Shrek.
Liam LeBeur's is fucking getting pretty bold. He's getting pretty solid too. So you're on that path too, brother.
Oh, he shaved the beard. Shrek doesn't have a beard.
I didn't recognize him on Saturday or Sunday, whatever day it was. I'm like, who's that guy behind the desk? I'm like, he kind of looks like Liam LeBeur's.
Took me a few glances as well.
He's the man. What a great guy. There's more questions, but we can probably... We'll do another Q&A next week or something.
Sounds good.
Wait, are you away next week?
Possibly. It depends if I fly on Wednesday or Thursday.
Oh, how long are you in Christchurch for?
I'm back on Monday.
Yeah.
But then I got to go to Miami next weekend.
Need a car? Want me to message my brother?
I do.
Wait, you got to go to Miami?
I do kind of need a car.
The fuck you go to Miami for?
Grigsby's competing. The
Oh,
Ghost Clash.
nice.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah. All right. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you so much for listening to the ZeroW Podcast. If you want more information, head to our Instagram, ZeroW_weakness. Hit the link in the bio for all of our services and any information on upcoming workshops and events. Don't forget to leave us a 5-star review so we can have a broader reach and answer more people's questions. Thank you once more.